Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Chloe. I am a singer-songwriter, writer and a guitarist. And as you can tell by the title, today I'm actually going to be talking about my first gig experience. If you didn't know, I went to see I Don't Know How, But They Found Me in Bristol at the end of May. Thursday the 30th of May I went to go and see them. And I thought it would be worth kind of like talking about like what happened, if I enjoyed it or not, because it was actually the first ever kind of like gig that I've ever been to. That might be a shock for some people, but actually, if you didn't know this, I am actually on the autism spectrum. I have Asperger's, so I do tend to get like sensory overload, and I do have a particular sensitivity to noise and crowds, and that's exactly kind of what the gig was, because it was obviously like there would have been a lot of noise and just like people like crowded all together. However, I will tell you how it all went, and we're gonna start from the very beginning. So the week of the gig actually was actually half term. It was half term for me, so I had the week of college, and I basically got a little bit excited like from Monday to Wednesday, because you know the gig was on the Thursday. So Monday to Wednesday I actually got very excited, and I didn't start packing on Wednesday. No, I started packing on Monday. Yeah, because I was actually going to stay at my boyfriend's Wednesday night, so it would just be easier travelling on the Thursday morning. So I started packing on the Monday, because I obviously had a bag for both my boyfriends and the hotel that we would stay at on the Thursday night. So I did that, and I managed to get everything all into one bag. Actually, no, that's a lie, because I ended up taking my handbag with me to my boyfriend's and then actually keeping it at my boyfriend's. For the sake of this video, we're just going to say my boyfriend's name, Ryan, because it would just make it a lot easier to make this video and just kind of go through everything. So I was packing all of my stuff. I got the majority of my stuff into my backpack. Then on Wednesday, my boyfriend actually had work. So Ryan had work, and he finished, I think he finished at 6:30, I think. So I actually had a bit of an issue with like my hair that week as well, because I wanted like fresh hair for the week. Oh god, the kerfuffle of my hair. So I basically was waiting for the hairdresser on Tuesday, and she didn't turn up. So my mum ended up putting like red hair dye on my hair, which actually only really stuck to my roots, because I had like really blonde roots, and it doesn't really show up on the rest. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to like get these back to brown at some point. So I had an issue with my hair, and then actually on the Wednesday I had my hair cut at 3, and then I had like a couple hours to continue getting ready and also sort my train ticket out, and then I had everything ready for like, I think I left the house at 20 to 6. I got on the bus into town with all my stuff. I had met my boyfriend, or met Ryan, after work, and we went back to his, kind of just chill. I think we had pizza for tea, if I remember rightly, because we always seem to have pizza when we go to his. Just frozen pizza that you can just chuck in the oven and it'll be done in 20 minutes or whatnot. So we did that, and then I obviously stayed at his for the night, and then in the morning, I can't even remember what time we woke up. Actually, interesting story, I really didn't sleep well that night. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, because I was tossing and turning. I could not sleep. I probably got to sleep at like midnight, 1 maybe, and then I woke up at 3, and I did not go back to sleep. So I was exhausted already, which I think was part of the issue. And then Thursday morning, I actually went down because my boyfriend Ryan slept on his sofa. I went down to him at 5. I obviously didn't wake him because he was sleeping peacefully. So I just kind of sat there on my phone and just kind of waited for the time to pass. So I woke him up at 6, or around 6 anyway. And we didn't really need to leave his until like 11. So we had like, I think it was 11. We had like 4 hours to get ready because we needed to be in town at 11, and town is actually a bus ride away from his as well. So when I go to his, I actually have to take 2 buses. I got ready. I will actually insert a picture now of what me and him actually looked like, because I did my makeup all kind of nice, and you'll be able to see it in this picture that I put on the screen now. And I also had my hair in plaits the night before because I showered. I had my hair in plaits, so I took the plaits out and I had this nice curly hair, and I kind of did a little bit of styling to it. I also got dressed, we had breakfast. I ended up having 2 coffees because I was so tired, and we basically just had a really chill morning. And then we went into town and met with the rest of his mates. So there was another couple, and then there was his best mate, and then there was like another friend as well, because I'm actually on a level 2 music course at college, and then like Ryan and his mates are obviously level 3. That's why I'm kind of not including them as my mates, even though they kind of are, kind of not. And then we went and got food in town, chilled out for a bit longer, and then we headed off to the train station. Actually, I think maybe we went straight to... No, we didn't go straight to the train station because we went and got food in town. And our train was actually at 12:40, and I think we were probably at the train station like an hour early. So me and Ryan ate our food while we were there, and then I really want to include like his best mate's name, but like I obviously do want to keep some privacy to the story. So his best mate came along with his other friend, female friend. Would be so much easier if I can include names, but you know, like I said, privacy. Kind of like when we had all like eaten and everything, the other 2 arrived, because I think there were actually 6 of us, I believe. Yeah, there would have been, because me, Ryan, his best mate, his other friend, and then yeah, his other 2 like friends that are actually a couple as well. And then after kind of like everyone arrived, we looked at the board, checked which platform we had to like go to. Pretty easy actually, because it's literally like right next to the like part where you get the tickets. So it's like the platform right next to the main entrance. We went to the platform, kind of waited for the train because it was still like another 20 minutes that we had to wait, I think. The train arrived and we got on the train and headed off. And I think we headed off to Bristol, and I actually think I may have fallen asleep on the train there, because I was so tired, because like I said, I only got like 2-3 hours of sleep, which by the way, if you're going to a gig, don't do that, because that gig will just tire you out even more. And then when we actually got into Bristol, and the reason why I'm actually kind of like saying Bristol and not just, because it's already happened, you know, and it doesn't really matter because I've already been there and I'm back home. So That's why I'm saying Bristol. When we got to Bristol, we actually went, I think we may have gotten food, because we walked from the train station in Bristol, so Bristol Temple Meads, to the hotel that we were staying at. We checked in, and then, actually I think it might have been then that we went to get some food, because the couple and Ryan's other two mates, or friends rather, I don't know what you call them, his other two mates, all of those four actually stayed in a hotel together even though they were under the age of 16. This is where it kind of started to get interesting, because me and Ryan took our stuff up to our hotel room because we were up on the 4th floor and the others were on the 1st floor, and we're just like, yep, brilliant, I'm glad we get away from them, because you know, we wanted our time. And then after kind of like putting our stuff in the hotel room and everything, we went back down to their room, and we were gonna go get food like all together before we had to like head off and start queuing for the gig. Oh my god, they were so immature. And if they're watching, then I hope they do realise that I do have a right to say that. So that's all I'm going to say. They were so immature, they were messing around and everything. So me and Ryan just left, and we went to Subway, got a nice sandwich type thing. We actually both got the Italian BMT or something like that. Something like that. It was one of the new ones. We went and found like somewhere to sit and eat. Kind of wasn't the best place because it was quite busy, and we actually like sat outside Tesco, kind of like a walk away from Subway, and the others actually ended up going to Mackey's. Me and Ryan sat outside Tesco, had our food, and then because he's obviously over the age of 18, he's 19 by the way, he went into Tesco on his own, left me kind of sat outside Tesco for like 10 minutes max I think it was. He went and got the alcohol and then came back out, and we went back to the hotel because we obviously had the alcohol. We didn't end up actually having that much to drink that night. After going back to the hotel and the others had gotten back as well, we went back down to their room, kind of like, it must have been around like 4:45, like between 4:30 and 5. We went down and kind of waited for them so we could leave to go and queue outside the venue, which was the Fleece. I feel like I should have kind of scripted this video out, but oh well. So we were waiting for a while because they kept messing about, kind of like as you would expect, and we ended up leaving the hotel at probably quarter past, 20 past 5, when they had finally like gotten ready, and we got in the queue at 5:30, and it was already quite long. The doors were meant to open at 7:30. Yeah, we were sitting there waiting for a good 2.5 hours. But actually, in fact, it was more like 3, because the doors were supposed to open at 7:30, but I think it was because the opening band had like ran over with the sound check, like with time. That was why the doors opened at 8 instead of 7:30, because they like ran over the time that they were supposed to. It took longer for them than they expected. The doors opened at 8. My boyfriend actually went and got himself, I think it was a beer, something like that, and he also got me like a full fat coat because I was shattered. I was exhausted, and so I needed that kind of like sugar rush. And we were kind of just stood, because it was a standing gig, so obviously the band was kind of like at the front, and then like there was like this massive crowd, and surprisingly I was okay with it. We actually stood in a little spot. Funnily enough, we stood in one spot, and we kind of stayed there. We kind of did keep like moving around throughout the gig because it was that much fun. Because like everyone really got into it, and even me. So it actually started like I think it probably started like 20 to 9 maybe, something like that. And then the opening band, or the opening act rather, the support act, or whatever you want to call it, was actually White Room. If you've never heard of their songs before, then I highly suggest you go and give them a listen, especially the Cannibal song, because I really like that one. It was such an experience. It was so much fun. And then I think their set kind of finished at maybe half 9 maybe. I think it was supposed to be like an hour set maybe. And then they obviously had like a 20-minute to 30-minute like change over, because obviously with all of the equipment on the stage and everything, it was for the White Room, and they had to change it to the kind of like the setup that I don't know how we're gonna have. You know what I mean, like a changeover like period of time. The actual full name of the band is actually I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. I'm going to put that on the screen right here for you to see that. And it actually consists, it's actually a duo, Dallin Weeks and Ryan Seaman. Yes, it is a funny last name, admittedly, but am I laughing? No. I just laughed. Dallin Weeks is the bassist and vocalist, and he's actually an ex-Panic at the Disco member, which excited me so much because I actually really like Panic at the Disco and their music. I probably never get a chance to see them though, that's the thing. Well, I got to see Dallin Weeks up close, so I'm not bothered. And then obviously the drummer, Ryan Seaman, as well. He was the drummer, and he actually has really similar hair to Ryan's best mate. But you've got that in your mind now. I'm actually going to put a picture of I Don't Know How on the screen right here for you. What I was going to say, yeah, so the gig was very interesting. I got very into the songs that I knew. For some reason I didn't know most of them. I don't know where they were from. Probably covers, I'm not entirely sure. My boyfriend did actually, or Ryan did actually record them. I was going to say like try and put some on the screen for you now. But the thing is, because of copyright reasons, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to kind of like leave links to I Don't Know How in the description for you to check out the music. And so it was a really good gig. I got really into the songs. I was kind of dancing a little bit. Not the biggest like dancer. Can't really dance to save my life. But it was so much fun. I had a really good time. And then the whole thing kind of finished at 11, like when it was supposed to finish. So it was quite long actually, because you kind of stood there for a very long time, and the fact that we were stood in the queue for like 2.5 hours as well killed my legs. So we actually, and then when it kind of like all finished, we all like went out, and there was kind of like this other pub like right next to the venue, and there were like tables outside, so we all went to sit outside and just kind of, I think we were actually waiting for someone, because I think Ryan's other mate went to the bathroom, so we waited for her. And then what did we do after that? Oh yeah, so I think 3 of them actually went back. I think it was the couple, and I think it was actually the couple and Ryan's other mate. So his best mate actually came with me and Ryan, and we went to Tesco, like to the Tesco near our hotel, and we actually just got meal deals for food, because I think even though I wasn't that hungry, I knew I had to eat something, because I was sleep deprived, I was probably food deprived as well. We went and got food, and my head was buzzing. I can only really describe it as the feeling you get when you're drunk. I was basically just really lightheaded, and so I was kind of swaying about, and obviously Ryan was like picking out his food and everything, I was picking out my food, and his other mate was kind of like in between us, because we were on the aisle and like he was in between us, me, Ryan, his mate, and I was like next to his mate and I was swaying and he was like, "You alright?" I was fine. I was just swaying about. I was merry. Very merry. I was very happy. It's kind of like I was drunk, like I said. And then we went back to the hotel. We had food, chilled out, and basically just crashed. I got a really good night's sleep, I think, if I can remember rightly. Yeah, I basically had food, kind of like watched TV, and then me and Ryan both went to sleep. We were that tired. Bearing in mind it was like midnight at this point as well. And then the next morning, oh my god, the beds were so comfy. It's probably why I slept so well. The next morning, we obviously just got up, chilled. We both actually showered. And by the way, I mentioned earlier that I actually had my hair in plaits and then took it out and kind of, obviously my hair was curly and I kind of styled it. Yeah, it didn't last long. Because I ended up sweating so much to the point where let's just say I had to put my hair up because otherwise it would just stick to me, and it kind of annoyed me actually, so I ended up putting my hair up, which was fine. Oh, and I'm gonna show you something. I actually got this top from the gig. It was 25 quid, and I think my boyfriend actually paid for this, but oh my god, I love this top. I've actually I can wear this top with like so many different jeans, it's unreal. I still haven't actually worn it with my grey jeans though. I've worn it with the jeans I'm wearing now, just my plain black jeans, my ripped ones, and my acid wash blue jeans as well. So half of my jeans that I own, I've already worn this top with. So there you go. And my boyfriend, Ryan, also has not the same top, but he has a top as well. Just not that particular one, he has a different one. And I basically made the mistake of wearing a dark bra there, and I packed a white top to wear on Friday. Actually no, yeah, I did wear a dark bra, and because the thing is, I went there on Wednesday wearing the clothes that I knew I'd wear on Friday, but I had a different bra on, and then Thursday I wore my dark bra, and I kind of forgot that I had that white top. So what did I end up doing? I actually ended up wearing that choke top, because otherwise, really awkward bra situation. And do you really want people staring at your boobs? Not really, so I ended up wearing the choke t-shirt with these bright mint green summer joggers, and yeah, I kind of looked a bit ridiculous. I also wasn't wearing any makeup, so that was fun because I just felt so barefaced. And then, like I said, Friday we got up. I think we kind of woke up at like, it must have been 9. We had to like check out by 12. I think it must have been 9. We must have gotten up like just before 9 actually. We showered, and I think we actually ended up checking out at about 11. We then went, where did we go? I think we might have just, because we went somewhere for food. Oh yeah, we went to a sandwich shop for food, but I didn't want anything because like I wasn't that hungry. But I also actually really wanted my coffee, which I did not get until about midday. But oh well. Yeah, we actually ended up getting my coffee from the train station. The shop in the train station from WH Smith, I think it was. It was kind of like the coffee house, maybe, something like that. Because I think me and Ryan actually headed to the train station first, and then the others met us there at like, I think it must have been 12. When was our train? Oh yeah, our train was 13:22. Yeah, we were waiting around for like another hour and a half. Me and Ryan were waiting for the train for like 2.5 hours, which is insane. We could have actually been doing something in that time, but oh well. It's happened and we can't do anything to change the past now. And then we just kind of waited around for a really long time, ate food, chilled, and then at 13:22 we got on the train and then headed back to town, just like an hour and a bit journey. But it was fine, because I think I ended up falling asleep again. And then when we got back into town, like obviously I had left some of my stuff at Ryan's, so I went back to his for the rest of the day, and then I ended up coming home later that evening after tea. We actually had the other pizza that we got. And that's pretty much the whole story. That was my very first experience at a stand-in gig. So much fun. And if you've never been to a gig before, I highly recommend that you go. It's so much fun. But that is all for kind of like my story and my experience and everything. So that brings me to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding that bell to be notified every single time I upload. All of my social media links will be in the description down below for you to check out if you so wish to. I mainly use Instagram. I need to get back into using Instagram actually. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!